Welcome to Grad Connect. My name is Kush Raval, and today I'm in conversation with Manisa, who has also enrolled as a GradRight ambassador representing the University of Southern California. Manisa, please could you introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Manasa Rajesh, and I'm currently pursuing my master's in applied data science at the University of Southern California. I'm from India, Bangalore. I did my undergrad in VIT, Vellore Institute of Technology, in electronics and communication.
Thank you, Manisa. So we'll be talking today about Manisa's journey to University of Southern California and grab some insights about the university. Thank you so much for taking time out to help Indian students with their journey to masters abroad. So Manisa, what led to the thought of pursuing a master's degree in applied data science?
So although I did pursue my undergraduate in electronics and communication, from my very second year of college, I started showing interest in concepts of AI and data science. So the more projects I did, the more I got to know about these concepts. I was almost sure that I wanted to pursue a master's degree in data science.
Okay, so like when you had finalized which field you wanted to do your master's, so what process did you follow to shortlist the course and the university you wanted?
Okay. So I had a very exhaustive Excel sheet where I had every university listed down which offered a course in data science or in related fields. And then I shortlisted them by location. One of the major criteria that I use for shortlisting is whether they are open to taking in students who do not have a computer science background, because that was important for me.
Right.
I had an electronics background. So that was one thing that I kept looking for when I was going through the university websites. So once I was sure that they do accept students from different backgrounds, location, university reputation, tuition fee, all of these factors weighed in, and I shortlisted the universities.
So at the end, how many universities did you shortlist and apply to?
So I think there were 10 universities that I applied to, split between safe, moderate, and ambitious.
Right. Okay. So like you had shortlisted the universities. So did you start working on your resume? Like what all did you do to build your resume strong in order to secure an admission?
Right. So as I told you, like around the mid of my second year of college, close to third year, I was sure that, okay, I'll be pursuing my master's. So that was when I started seriously building my profile for a master's. So it would include doing projects, research experience under professors. I did attend a lot of hackathons back in my undergrad, and that added to my resume as well.
That's nice. And out of all the universities, what motivated you to choose University of Southern California, and on what basis did you make the selection?
Right. So I had four admits, one from Northeastern, one from CMU, one from University of Southern California, and the other one from UCI. So it was a process of elimination for me. So one I just eliminated Northeastern because I didn't want the East. The weather doesn't suit me. It's too cold.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And CMU is pretty great. I would have gone there, except the course that I applied to was my second option, and the curriculum was not as appealing to me as the one that was in USC. So that's why I didn't go there. And between UCI and USC, I liked the USC curriculum for data science better. They had a very focused master's in applied data science program. So I chose USC.
And what was the application process like? And if you could also highlight around the scholarship, like what's the process for scholarship and all that?
All right. So the application process is pretty standard for all of the universities. It just includes your GRE and TOEFL scores or your IELTS scores, your statement of purpose, your letter of recommendations, your resume, your personal letter. So about scholarships, most universities have two deadlines. They call one the priority deadline and the other one is the later deadline. As long as you're applying within the priority deadline, I think your application is automatically considered for scholarship.
Okay. And how many rounds were there like for USC for interviews, like after your application was selected?
USC had no interviews.
Okay, no interviews. Great.
Application.
And so what do you think made you stand out and get selected to USC in terms of your application? Like of one point which you feel is the most prominent?
So I think what made my profile stand out would definitely be the hackathons that I attended. I attended one in the States as well during my undergrad. So I
Right.
think definitely added up. And the projects that I did in the field of data science and AI during my undergraduate helped. So
Okay.
if I didn't have work experience, so I had to cover up for it
Right.
by research projects and hackathons. Yeah.
So diving towards your university life, how diverse is your batch and what backgrounds do other students have?
So, as I said, MS in Applied Data Science and pursuing at USC, they accept students from various backgrounds. So we have people with computer science backgrounds, with mathematics backgrounds, statistics, even electronics, a lot of backgrounds technically. And even when it comes to ethnicity as well, there are people from a lot of backgrounds. There are Americans, people from China, people from Korea, people from India. Like I can see people from everywhere. Yeah.
And how many like Indians are there considering the ratio in a class?
I think the number of Indians and Chinese people are pretty high. If I were to say in a class of let's say 100 students, you'd find about 40 to 50 people who are Chinese, maybe another 30, 35 people who are Indians, and
Okay.
yeah.
Got a fair idea. So what is the teaching methodology like and how is it different from India? And if you could also highlight how are the professors over there?
Right. So this particular aspect was a huge shock for me. Like I was already prepared in India itself. I knew that the curriculum, the education, the way of teaching is going to be different. But when you experience it, it is quite overwhelming because in India we're used to exams. We just read the textbook. We like it's more of theory. We're reading a lot of theory. We're mugging up the definitions. They ask us derivations, and we just know like, we can expect the exams are very predictable, I'd say.
Right.
Yeah, but here it's completely different. So they teach you what they give you like in class, they only teach you what you require to like get started. And then after that, it's up to you to like dig deep and then find out, learn how to solve the problems yourself. So they only give you like the basics theory that's required, which is more than enough. And then you have to go and learn how to code it yourself. The assignments are such that they teach you, like they compel you to learn how to implement those things. And even the exams are not very straightforward. They require more effort than what I used to put in back in India.
And what about the professors?
Professors, so far most of my professors have been great. Their teaching styles are really good. They make sure that we are understanding the fundamentals of all the concepts.
Mhm.
And at the same time, they are technically sound as well. So they know how to implement everything that they're teaching. And if you're stuck anywhere, they're always there to help you. So there's no technical gap.
Okay. So like you haven't gone through the recruitment journey yet, but can you throw some light on the recruitment journey? Which companies or fields do students generally get placed into and what are like the average salary expectations?
Mhm.
Like if you have an idea around that, it's okay. If you don't, we can move forward.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to talk about the average salary expectations. I'm just getting started with applying for it.
Right.
Company wise, I think I'm right now applying for internships or not full time internships for the next summer. So companies start hiring 1 year prior. So I think most companies like Amazon, Facebook, I mean Meta, Facebook, and Google, all of them have started hiring. The process starts 1 year early. So students usually like there's a GitHub link or there's Discord channels, LinkedIn. You can find listings there, and there are many ways to stay updated on what companies have opened their listings and what positions are open here.
So like your core curriculum has a co-op or like
No, I can do a co-op if I want to, but I don't think it's required by my curriculum for me to do so.
Okay. So how intense is your course and are you able to manage a part-time job as well?
Yes, I am. I'm actually doing 2 part-time jobs here, but within the number of hours that are allotted. So there's no restriction on how many jobs you can do, just that how many hours you can work. So if you're able to divide your number of hours between any number of jobs, that's fine. So I'm currently working 2 jobs, and in summer I had just one course, but in this previous semester, with the spring, I did have two. It was manageable. It wasn't. It does get hectic during assignment weeks or exam weeks, but otherwise, if you're able to manage your time well, it's fine.
So can we like take more than 2 courses in a semester and try to complete the degree earlier? Is that a possibility?
I'm not sure really. I don't think that's possible. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it. Like I only usually take eight credits per semester, but I know that I know people who have taken no more like 3 to 4 courses per semester, but they were not 4 credit courses. They were like 2 credit courses. So I don't know if there's a
It
credit.
lands up to there only. the credit.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really not sure of that.
So how is the study life balance? Like you are managing studies, you're managing part-time. So do you get time to explore and go around the city?
Not always. So our weeks are usually very packed, but sometimes, let's say after your exams are done, or in between, there's definitely 1 or 2 weeks that you can squeeze in to explore the city. Definitely, yeah.
So can you highlight about the city? In which city do you live in, and what are like the average monthly expenses?
Right. So I'm studying at USC, which is located in LA, Los Angeles. So my average spending per month. So my rent, I pay around 600 per month for rent, which is pretty high because it's not even a private room; it's a shared occupancy room, and we pay 600 for that. And coming to groceries and other things, like you can have a max budget of, let's say, 250, another 250 apart from that per month. Utilities I didn't include, which is another 50 to 60, you can say. So that'll be like the overall basic spending per month. This excludes if you are planning a trip or an outing, some any other purchase of electronics excludes. Those come up, but generally you can expect around this much. Yeah.
Okay. So now coming to my favorite question, please can you tell me a few things you love about University of Southern California and a few things you don't like?
So okay, what I love about the campus is like it's so beautiful. Every spot on the campus is scenic. Like you can take a picture standing anywhere in the campus and it's a pretty background. So that's very appealing. And I love the resources that we have at our hand. Every university has a lot of resources, but it's great that we can that USC has it too, and we can leverage it. The career center is very helpful. In even the USC libraries, they're not just books, right? So the libraries are so much more than that. They are working on so many creative projects that you can be a part of, and that experience itself is something else. So all of these resources are pretty great. And what I hate about it, I don't hate anything in particular. Maybe one thing that I do not like is the walk that I have to take from my house to the campus every day. It's like 25-minute walk. That's
Right.
not that great, but otherwise everything's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so if you could go back in time, do you feel you could have done a few things differently, or do you feel this was the right path for you?
I think so far I feel like it's the right path for me. I haven't faced any major regrets yet, and I hope I don't, but it seems like the right path. Yeah.
So any last advice for the students who want to pursue masters at the University of Southern California?
Right. So if you have not yet finalized USC for your master's, then you might want to take into consideration some factors before, like to help you just make your decision. Tuition fee over here, not gonna lie, it's pretty high. So if you're in a budget, then do consider that, and the living expenses are pretty high too. So that is definitely going to take a toll, but that will only be for the initial few years. Once you start earning, those costs can be covered up as well. So keep all of those factors in mind and make a decision. The location is pretty great, and if there's anything, no, there's nothing I think that's it. So making a decision USC is pretty great, so it shouldn't be that difficult except for the cost. And for students who have already decided to come here, if you're still in India and you're waiting for for the day of your flight, what you could do is you could start applying for campus jobs from India itself. It really helps to have that head start, start mailing professors, look at what positions are open, talk to people on LinkedIn. You can reach out to me as well. And people apply and in fact get grader positions, TA positions, even before they come here, and apply to the research institutes, the ISI, apply to all of these before you come, so that once you just land here, you have your job and you can start things, get things going. Your campus job is more than enough for covering your living expenses, so that is a great help. You can save a lot of money that way. Anything else? Learn how to cook. I don't know if people are saying this enough, but eating out here is expensive. Definitely learn how to cook. That'll be helpful as well.
I have just one follow-up question. Like you, as you mentioned, the fees and tuition fees is expensive.
Yeah.
So do you feel it's all worth it considering the USC's reputation in the market?
Definitely. I do agree that the fees is pretty high when compared to some other colleges, but I also think that the return on investment is also great. So I do not think any USC student would face much of an issue trying to repay their loan if they've taken a loan or gain back what they've invested.
Right. Thank you so much for your advice. Thank you, Manasa. I know a lot of
problem.
Indians will benefit from the insights you have shared today. It was a wonderful experience talking to you, and I wish you all the best for your journey ahead.
Thank you. Wish you the same.